Welcome to Spectrum News at 4. I am Uyai Anyeka coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Let's take it. Peter Obi wins Enugu. Plus, drone strike hits West Ukraine as United Nations rights body debates war crimes. Thanks for joining us. The fires in forest, homes, public buildings and markets. The president made the call in respect to an outbreak of a major that the nation's prayers and condolences are with the hard-working traders and their families who have reportedly saved little or nothing from the fire. He commended federal and state agencies to bring relief to those who were affected. Away from that, a special envoy of President Muhammadu Buhari, led by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Foreign Affairs Minister Mevlut Kaslu, at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Turkey's capital Ankara. The envoy's visit follows the tragic 7.8 magnitude earthquake on February 6 that resulted in the death of about 50,000 people, including to exempt its workers from the contributory pension scheme 18 years after it was established. Nigeria PENOP has said that the passage of the bill sets a dangerous precedent for Nigerian workers. In a statement, PENOP wishes to notify the public who depend on the contributory pension scheme for retirement security and stability. Elsewhere, Minister of Environment Mohammed Abdullahi has inaugurated new governing council and National Forestry Trust Fund to tackle the challenges militating against overall forestry development and sustainable environment in the country, performing the search and strengthening of policy, legal and institutional framework. According to him, the fund was established to address the critical issue of inadequate provisions. On electoral matters, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, collation officer in the state, Professor Madubisi Obi scored 428,640 to defeat Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress (APC). Atiku posed third. New Nigerian People's Party, Rabiu Kwankwaso, came third with 1,808. Also known as IREF. This was contained in a statement signed by the National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye. Okoye noted that the portal was only experiencing challenges and not sabotage, noting that the IREF was quality. In the meantime, the Independent National Electoral Commission has suspended collation of results of the election for Njaba local government area. The returning officer for the election, Roslyn Ogechukwu, who suspended the election, said that all matters relating to the election happened. The People's Democratic Party (PDP), the Labour Party and two other political parties have called for the cancellation declared by the state returning officer. The other two parties are Action Alliance and the Africa Democratic Party. Meanwhile, as the figures were different from what was presented. 30 may lock global warming above 2 degrees and risk a catastrophic tipping point at which the concern about climate actions alone does not translate into support for climate mitigation policies. According to the report, while governments have ambitious goals, the world has yet to be on track to contain global warming to 1.5 to 2. Away from that, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) has commended Dana. According to Nuhu, the airline would notify the authority once they are done with a maintenance check. Recall that the airline had issues. In Africa, the United Nations Human Rights Council violations is expected to focus on Russia's actions in Ukraine. The agenda also covers alleged war crimes in Ethiopia. Still in Africa, his speech at the presidential palace comes 2 days ahead of a 4-nation tour of Central African countries summit, followed by Angola, then the Republic of Congo or Congo-Brazzaville, and finally the neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo. Meanwhile, the president has insisted that Africa. On the foreign scene, a Russian drone attack early today left 2 people dead and 3 more wounded. Unity in condemning Moscow and extending a probe into war crimes committed in Ukraine. According to the SBU Security Service, a Ukrainian court has jailed 2 captured soldiers. In a statement, that one of the soldiers had received a 10-year sentence and the other had been jailed for 9 years, but it did not name them. The Vatican said today, with the Ukraine war and migrants expected to dominate talks. Francis, who regularly champions the rights of refugees, released by the Vatican during his April 28th to 30th trip, the Pope will also meet with poor people as well as youth. Still to come in the news. Australian women cricketers held Thanks for staying tuned, and now to the rest of the news. According to data from the Central Bank of Nigeria, foreign investments in manufacturing businesses in the country fell from $100.97 billion in January 2022. Struggle with a rising debt profile and interest rate hikes. Reports according to the CBN's sectoral analysis of deficit money banks, operators in the nation's manufacturing 33 trillion naira in November 2022. Still in business, NESG senior economist Wilson Irwambo, in a paper published by Foresight Africa. Irwambo stated that the last week activity towards agriculture and a slowdown of the manufacturing sector. He explained that the unemployment and underemployment rates increased to 56.1% in 2020, and 90% of workers are employed in sectors Health. Dr. Osage Ehenire says the federal government has commenced the one-for-one of the head of the civil service to have a one-for-one replacement, whereby as one doctor resigns, another is employed to replace them due to the numbers of medical practitioners, to ensure that each healthcare worker that leaves the country would be replaced immediately. Still in health, the provost and medical director of Federal Neuropsychiatric Ola, in an interview, urged parents with children suffering from clinical depression to visit experts for proper treatment. He said that low interest in school, bedwetting, reduced appetite, weight loss are some of the signs of depression in children, adding that child abuse, family history of mental disorder, in sports, Australia's all-conquering women cricket Meg Lanning side beat host South Africa by 19 runs at New Lands in Cape Town on Sunday to lift the trophy for a 6th time in the last 7 tournaments. Australia were already reigning 50 over World Cup champions, and they won the inaugural Commonwealth Games gold medal last year. Still in sports, Nigeria international striker Victor Osimhen, 24-year-old Osimhen, notched his 19th league goal of the season in his side's 2-0 victory at Empoli. But it is the manner of his goal-scoring art that has now elicited comparison with other notable strikers. Reports say the Manchester City's Erling Haaland tweets ahead of his contemporaries, judging by the way and manner he has recorded some of his goals. On our entertainment news, Hollywood Movies Guild SAG Awards. The Multiverse Adventure won Best Film Cast at the ceremony, while several of its stars were individually recognized. Michelle Yeoh was named Best Actress, beating frontrunner Kate Blanchett. Her co-star Ki-yu became the first Asian winner of Best Supporting Actor, while there was a shock win for his co-star Jamie Lee Curtis in the Supporting Actress category. Still on entertainment, after a roller coaster week of stressing over wager presentations, task and fake nominations, the Big Brother Titans housemates spent all day overwhelmed with the pressure of the looming weekly Sunday evictions. After taking the housemates through a series of difficult questions, Lawrence, the South African co-host, finally revealed it was a non-eviction week, meaning everyone was safe and no one had to go home. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find at spectrumtv.ng. At this time, we'll be joining Abuja